Hey, how's it going? So today I just wanted to talk about the aftermath that came with the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct and the topic that was brought up surrounding game key cards and how pretty much with the game key card, it's basically you buying a physical game, but you still need internet access in order to download the full game. And I'm just gonna read a bit regarding what it really is. So game key cards are different from regular game cards because they don't contain the full game data. Instead, the game key card is your key to downloading the full game to your system via the internet. And pretty much what it sounds like is you're buying the actual physical cartridge. You have to put it into the system, and then with an internet access, you have to download the full game. And what I've seen from it is like the key card is like a couple of the gigabytes or like the actual key or the actual license. And then you have to download the actual game on top of that to play the game. If that's what I'm understanding, I guess what I'm reading right here. To clear up any confusion regarding the game key cards for Nintendo Switch 2, seems like it's only for games destined to be digital, but it gives you the option to own it in a physical sense. So the standard game cards, full game on the card. So it looks like Zelda, Breath of the Wild, like the remastered version, and then Donkey Kong, Bonanza. Both those games, you buy them physically and you own them. That's it. You just put it into your Nintendo Switch 2 and it's ready to go. Game key cards, physical card that requires a download, and it looks like Street Fighter 6. It looks like it has something at the bottom with saying that it's a game key card. So I guess they're just putting a disclaimer saying if you buy this game and you put it into the Nintendo Switch 2, you still gotta download the game onto the system. So then Switch 1 releases were just empty cases that included download codes. Which 2 game key cards will allow the resale and sharing of downloadable games because the game key card isn't tied to a system and simply unlocks the game. So for me, I wasn't really confused with the concept itself because it makes sense because it looks like the Switch 1 download games, like the physical games, they just came with a download code. So I don't know, because I never bought a Nintendo Switch physical game box that was just a download code, but it looks like there were physical copies of games that when you open the box, I'm guessing there was just a code to download the game. So what I'm seeing from this then is that the game key card is it's no longer a download code, but it is still a cartridge. But the only thing is you still have to, if you put it in to the Nintendo Switch 2, you still have to download it onto the system. But I guess it's what they're trying to do here is they're trying to make it so that you can, if you want to resell your game, let's say you buy Street Fighter 6, you don't enjoy it too much and you want to resell it, well then that when you download the game onto your system, it's not simply locked to your system and that's it. You can resell it and then whoever rebuys the game can download it onto their system. So it just looks like it eliminates the idea that if you buy a digital game with a physical box, it removes the download code thing where it's like if you download it through the code, it's a one-time thing and it's now just on your system only. But from the game key card, it looks like you can download it onto your system, or somebody else can download it onto their system. That's what I think. If I'm wrong, then oh well. But that's just what I'm getting at. My thoughts on this are that this is pretty anti-consumer in terms of allowing gamers to just own their games and just make it more accessible to people who buy their games through the physical sense. I understand that buying games through the digital online shop or whatever console, it's a bit more convenient because you don't have to go out to your local game shop or to some retail store and maybe they don't have the game you're looking for. Well then the online store from the console, you can find the game that you're looking for. So it offers a bit of convenience. But the thing with physical media is that if you're able to buy it, the actual good thing about that is that you own it, and that if servers were to go down or if publishers were to pull the game from your system, you were still able to own the game if you had the game physically, right? When I got a couple books here, if I bought this book through a digital way and whatever publisher wanted to pull it, they could just pull it. I don't think if they wanted to show up physically and take the book away from me, then I don't think that would work. So it's like being able to own your games owning your games physically prevents publishers from taking games away from your console that you download the game onto. So I think, and then also just the thing regarding you need an online connection in order to download the game. Living in the year 2025, I would assume at least most people in the United States have, internet access. And if you don't, then you could probably just, head to like random shop and use their internet and then download your game from there. But still, like, some people are not fortunate enough to be in that situation. And you could argue, well, then why buy games if you're not in that situation? But I mean, still, it's like you're adding another obstacle to people who may not be in the best situation to be able to download their games. And then also just regarding internet speeds and all that. So yeah, it just adds a lot of, I feel like, unnecessary hassle when it comes to playing games. I think a couple of years ago, you just put your game in your console and it was ready to go and you can play, with no problem. But now it's like they're adding all these unnecessary obstacles you have to like jump through in order to play the game. And it just looks like what companies are trying to do is they're trying to push consumers into being comfortable with owning their media through a digital sense. And they're trying to get the consumers to be comfortable with that so that publishers can have full ownership over the media and they can do whatever they want with it. And I just don't understand, like, how does that benefit anyone? But it just seems like it just causes like problems for not just gamers, but even if we're talking about people who read books or watch movies. It just doesn't make sense to make everything digital. But it just seems like that's where companies are headed right now. That's where they're trying to push consumers into. Yeah, pretty much my thoughts regarding this whole situation. If I got anything wrong, then I'd love to be corrected on it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you watched the whole video, sat through the whole thing, super grateful, super thankful, and thank you for watching.